Out there in the vast, silent emptiness of space, one of Europe's most ambitious missions has just gone dark. So today we're digging into this high-stakes mystery of what's being called Proba-3, the silent solar spy.
I mean, it really is a scenario straight out of a space thriller, isn't it? You've got this super sophisticated, very expensive piece of tech doing absolutely groundbreaking science, and then suddenly it just stops talking. So what on earth happened up there?
Okay, so here's the rundown. Sometime in early February 2026, the European Space Agency, that's ESA of course, lost contact with a really crucial part of its Proba-3 mission. One of its two spacecraft just went totally quiet. And as you can imagine, that left mission control scrambling for answers.
But to really get why the silence is such a big deal, we gotta back up a little and look at what Proba-3 was even designed to do in the first place. This thing is one of the most innovative missions ever launched, and it was trying to do something incredible: engineer an eclipse in space.
Right, so Proba-3 isn't just a single satellite, it's actually a duo. And their whole mission, their big goal, was to create a perfect artificial solar eclipse way up there in orbit. Why? Well, doing that allows scientists to get this continuous, totally unprecedented view of the sun's faint outer atmosphere, which we call the corona. Normally, you can't see it because the sun's glare is just way too bright.
So how do you even pull something like that off? Well, you can think of it like this incredibly delicate orbital ballet. You've got one spacecraft, called the Occulter, that flies out in front. It basically acts like a perfect little shield, blocking the sun's disk. And when it does that, it casts this tiny, super precise shadow onto its partner, the Coronagraph. The Coronagraph is essentially a high-tech camera that follows right behind it, just snapping pictures of that mysterious corona, which is now perfectly visible in the darkness they created.
Now, the challenge here is it's just almost unbelievable. For this whole thing to work, these two satellites have to fly in absolutely perfect formation. We're talking about maintaining a distance of about 150 meters from each other, all while they're whipping around the Earth at incredible speed. The level of precision needed for that, it's just mind-boggling.
Okay, so we have this incredible technology, it seems to be working perfectly. So what went wrong? How did this meticulously choreographed dance just fall apart?
And it happened fast. First, some kind of unknown anomaly hit the Coronagraph spacecraft. Remember, that's the camera. This set off a domino effect. The spacecraft lost what's called attitude control, which basically means it started tumbling, just spinning out of control. And that's a huge problem, because it meant its solar panels weren't pointing at the sun anymore. And, just like your phone, if it's not charging, the battery starts to drain. And it drained fast.
So as a last-ditch effort, the spacecraft automatically kicks into survival mode. This is exactly what it sounds like: an emergency state, a final attempt to just stay alive. It shuts down everything that's not essential for survival, and that includes its radio transmitters. It's just trying to conserve every last drop of power. So it's basically on life support, but totally silent.
But listen, the story is definitely not over. The mission controllers back on Earth are, well, they're brilliant, and they have one more card to play. This has now turned into a full-on, high-tech rescue mission in orbit. And the big question everyone's asking is, can it be saved?
Now remember, Proba-3 is a two-spacecraft mission. So we've got the Coronagraph, which is now basically the patient. It's silent, it's tumbling. But its partner, the Occulter, is still perfectly healthy and fully operational. So it's being retasked. It's no longer a dance partner, it's now a potential rescuer.
So here's the crazy plan. The mission teams are actually trying to use the healthy Occulter satellite to safely get close to its silent partner. The whole idea is to get a good look at it, to observe exactly how the Coronagraph is tumbling. I mean, this is totally unprecedented, using one satellite to perform a diagnostic check on another one, in orbit. If they can figure out its spin, they might just be able to calculate a way to get those solar panels back into the sunlight, recharge the batteries, and hopefully wake it up.
And you know what? There's every reason to be hopeful. Before this all went down, the mission was a stunning success. This duo had already completed over 60 perfect formation flying orbits. They proved the concept worked, and they gathered hours and hours of invaluable data. The core technology works. It's solid. Now, the engineers just have to figure out how to fix this one very critical failure. So you might be thinking, why go to all this trouble? Why does this one silent satellite matter so much to us back here on Earth? Well, the thing is, it was studying one of the biggest potential threats to our entire modern way of life. See, Proba-3's whole job was to give us a better look at things called coronal mass ejections, or CMEs. These are incredibly violent eruptions from the sun that literally hurl plasma across the solar system. And if a big one ever hits Earth dead on, it could cripple our power grids, knock out all our GPS and communication satellites. I mean, it would cause widespread chaos. So understanding these things isn't just academic, it's absolutely key to protecting our planet.
But as of right now, that central mystery is still unsolved. Engineers still have no idea what triggered that initial anomaly that set off the whole chain reaction of failures. It's a real detective story, and it's being played out millions of kilometers away in space.
So the fate of this truly groundbreaking mission is just hanging in the balance, and it's all riding on this incredibly delicate, high-stakes rescue attempt. The question is, can one satellite really save another, and in doing so, get our eyes back on the sun to unlock its most dangerous secrets? For now, well, only time will tell.